Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us once again on our web series. My name is Michael. I'm a speech-language pathologist with Providence Home Health and Hospice, located right here in Wichita, Kansas. I love being affiliated with a local company, having a good sense of what's going on in our community so that we can better help and impact with our care. So today we're going to talk a little bit about dehydration. I think this is one of the most important topics that I get to speak on, especially with our elderly population. I'd like to talk about some facts first. Dehydration leads to 1 million hospitalizations annually and thousands and thousands of dollars in Medicare spending. All of this could be stopped or at least decreased if we could at least start drinking the amount of water that we should every day. Fluid loss can be serious, even fatal, as water is the most important substance for your body. So why are we talking about it? We need to increase our awareness about how important hydration is for our bodies. As we age, our thirst response becomes blunted. In other words, our body doesn't tell us, "I need water." I talk to people all the time who tell me I don't get thirsty, and that's because of that aging process. Hydration is very important to the overall functioning of every single organ and system in the body. Our body is made of almost 65% water, making us basically walking puddles. Every organ and system of the body depends on water, so any kind of shortage can lead to serious health consequences. Dehydration is one of the most frequent causes of hospitalization in individuals over the age of 65. So why is it so important? Our blood, our lymph, mucus, stomach acid, lung surfactant, and of course tears are all made up of water. Our skin, our muscles and organs, especially the brain, are all made up predominantly of water. Water aids in several things, including digestion, temperature regulation, metabolism, and waste removal. An aging body is less efficient at using and retaining water, so the overall need for water increases. There's several things that can happen to individuals who become dehydrated. These are things that we see on a consistent basis. Confusion. Cognitive deficits come about because of dehydration, and that's because, again, the brain needs water. Weakness, urinary tract infections. If you or anyone you've loved has ever had a urinary tract infection, you know these can be very nasty, and we want to avoid these at all possible chances. Pneumonia, bed sores in bedridden patients. I was not aware of this, but bed sores will heal up much, much quicker if the patient is hydrated adequately. And then, of course, unfortunately, death. In general, a human being can survive only for about 4 days without any fluid. Now, that's an individual who's in peak physical condition. So the individuals we work with, ages 65 and over, would not last 4 days. Hydration is important for regulating our body temperature. I work with individuals all the time that say, "I'm cold all the time," and I'll ask them how much water they drink, and they'll tell me not much, but a lot of coffee. Maintaining our blood pressure. Individuals who've had blood pressure issues, I'm sure your physician has talked to you about the adequate amount of hydration that your body needs so that your blood pressure stays at a consistent level. And then eliminating bodily waste. In older adults, adequate hydration has been associated with fewer falls, lower rates of constipation, and better rehabilitation outcomes. Other things that we see are dizziness and headaches, dry or sticky mouth and tongue, sunken eyes, the inability to sweat or produce tears, a rapid heart rate, low blood pressure or blood pressure drops when they change from a lying to a standing position, and then constipation. To assess yourself, there's a little trick that I like to do with everyone. You can just take your hand and pinch a little bit of that skin. Pinch it for just a second and let it go. If it bounces back pretty quickly, you're probably hydrated pretty well. If it doesn't, I would advise you to drink some water. For those individuals who have CHF, congestive heart failure, or other disease processes that really need to manage their water, please speak with your physician on a consistent basis to make sure that your intake and your output are what you need to stay healthy. There's some risk factors. Elderly dehydration is especially common for a couple of reasons. Medication. High blood pressure medications, antidepressants, these are all also diuretics. Some medications may cause individuals to sweat more as well. A person's sense of thirst becomes less acute as they age. Some seniors have a harder time getting up to get a drink of water, or maybe they can't ask for one because they have an expressive language deficit. As we age, our bodies also lose kidney function, so we're less able to conserve and utilize the water that we do have. So before we leave, I do want to mention some requirements and some sources for you all. Physicians generally will state that you should have 6 to 8 cups of water a day, depending on your health status, fluid restrictions, and so on. This amount does not have to specifically come from water. All of the food that we eat has got some amount of water in it. For instance, juice, milk, fruits, and vegetables are composed of almost 100% water. Caffeinated beverages such as coffee and tea provide some hydration in moderation, but too much can cause a diuretic effect. I've worked with individuals who tell me I drink coffee all day long. If you're one of those individuals, please call us because we'd like to at least spend some time with you educating you on why that's not a good idea. And then gelatin, soups, and ice cream do provide some water, but I'm sorry folks, you cannot replace your glass of water with a glass of ice cream. It just doesn't work. So, without further ado, if you or someone you know is experiencing dehydration, if they're becoming weak, if you're concerned about their intake, please don't hesitate to reach out to us here on Facebook or give us a call at 316-558-5956 and we'd be more than happy to answer all of your questions. So, have a great day, stay hydrated, especially when you're out in this heat. Stay happy and healthy, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.